Hi everyone, welcome to the stretch out. This 15-minute stretch out is all about loosening out the body when we go out to do those walks or those jogs or those cycles. So a nice full body, quick stretch out. So we'll start by working into the feet. Now I have a chair here, but it's just if you're out for a walk and you see a wall or a fence or anything that you feel it might give you a little help with balance if you need it, that's just what the chair is for there. So we'll start off by just starting to circle out the ankle. And we'll go both directions with that. Teasing out all those little clicks. And then the other side. That's it. And we'll switch. And then we're going to softly go into the arms. I want you to bring your hands onto your chest and we'll circle those elbows. And sometimes when you work through the bent elbow, it kind of really gets you into your chest and into your shoulders a little bit more. 5, and we'll switch, and 1, and 2, and 3. Of course, you can do this as you walk along as well. And 5. Lovely. Let's go back down into the calves again now. So what we're going to do here is just take a little point of balance and lean into something. Or if you want to, you can just bring your arms out for a little bit of balance. You're going to sit back into your seat and you're going to bring your right foot forward in front. And you can see my foot is up. Now, the further I sit my backside back, you'll feel the stretch run down the back of that leg. You can also do this when you're out for a walk. Just sit back and release, and we'll do that again. And release, and we'll do that again. And then let's release. Other side, you'll feel differences side to side. So we'll sit back into our seat, grab something if you want to balance, and we'll lean back in. And we'll sit back in, feeling an incursion, a bit more length down the back of that leg. And let's release it there. So now we'll go into those quads. So quads, the normal stretch you see most people doing is this one here, to stretch out their quads. And we'll switch leg, nice stretch out through the front of your thigh. And release. So now we're going to go into a little bit more into the hamstrings and the back of the leg again. So this one, if you have something to lean on, you can just walk the legs back and just push the legs back and just lean your body forward. So you feel a stretch going through the back. Now this is the same, or this is a little more supportive than if you were doing your spinal stretch down and stretching through the spine and through the back and that spinal stretch forward. So you can do this one. This one here is just a little bit more supportive in the back. If you're feeling just you need a little extra support there, and you can do that against a fence or a wall. And just bring yourself down, reach your tailbone away, and then up. So another one now to work up into the spine. We'll soften the knees, and we're going to do that little angry cat. So you're going to curl your tailbone under and round the spine, and then bring it back out. A nice breath with this one, curling it up. Now, of course, if you don't have anything to lean on there, if you're out in your walk, you can just pop your hands on your thighs and curl it up there. And release. And tucking that tailbone, curling. And then we'll go into the opposite extension. So extension, if you have a support, you can just bring your chest bone, lead with these the collarbones up to the ceiling and feel that stretch up the front of the body. And then soften the knees. Up we come. Now just be careful on this one that you don't lean in to the back here. So remember, you want that gentle tailbone and head, lifting the chest up to the ceiling. And if you're doing this out in a walk, you can just bring the chest up, softness in the knees, hands on the thighs, and release. And up we go again. Lovely. Okay, into those side stretch. So soften the knees, and you can bring the arm up and over. Bring the arm up and over. If you have some support there, you can grab the support and you can put your hand on one side and lean it out through the other. And once you have your hand there, kind of keeps and brings a little more stretch into that side. And of course you can turn around and do the other side on that one. This one here then can progress if you would like. And you bring one foot behind you. And what it does, it brings it a little bit more down into the side of the leg there. And I'm pushing my hip that way when I'm doing this one. And of course you can do that when you're standing without any support. You just tuck and you bring it over. And my weight now is in my back foot. This top leg here is quite soft. And bringing it back. And then we did the arm circles with the elbows. So now you can start to swoop around those arms. Nice big movement with the arms now. And don't be afraid to go the other way. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to get into those shoulders a little bit more. So we do a little lift and lower. You see a little bit more movement and stretch and loosening out around the neck. And then forwards and back. Feel the shoulder blades slide around the ribs. And then let those arms hang nice and weighty. And when you're walking again, you want to feel that they're nice like a heavy coat on a hanger. So they're hanging off the rib cage instead of feeling like you're holding them up here and walking. Into the neck now, and we can start with a gentle work side to side. And we're not forcing anything, we're just trying to get a little bit of warmth, get the blood flowing, and feel a little bit of ease coming in there. So as you go through this, you'll find that things hopefully will start to lengthen and give a little bit. And then from there, we're going to go side to side. And then the last one is the chin to chest. And as you look at my head there, remember we talked about that little point just underneath your earlobe there, just to the back of the jawline, bottom of the skull, that little hinge point in there. So when I'm doing my nods, I'm just hinging off that pivot point there. So I'm rocked like this. I'm just working right up, and I'm feeling the stretch coming up the back of my neck and down between the shoulder blades on that one. Lovely. So the last one I want to go through is some of you might find that the back of the pelvis can be a little bit tight. You want to loosen out those glutes and hips a little bit more. So those ones, what I suggest is do a little bit of the warm up that we did when we were doing our Pilates, which would be that gentle squat up and down. And you're just noticing the pelvic floor. But also, if you tend to grip your backside, this is a nice one just to focus on the tailbone. So as you go down, relax that tailbone one way, pubic bone the other way. Feel the release in space and then bringing it up and feel it come together. So this is quite a nice one just to loosen out the hips and make sure you're not clenching your backside before you even start. Then the glute one is a little tough to get standing. You may need a little balance for this one. So this will be the one that you soften your knees, bring your ankle across, and you're just using your knee as a little kind of tabletop to rest your ankle. And then you're just sitting back into this one as well. Now, if you go along and you find something high enough, you could pop your foot up and just softly go into that as well. If you find something that you can pop your stone or something, if you're out walking, you can pop it up there. And then the other one, so we can go across on top of the knee. You find a little something to balance, sit back into the stretch and feel right into the glute. Or indeed, if you find something when you're out, just to ease up and down into that stretch and see if you can hit the spot there. Good. So I think you're good to go. So off you go in your walk or your cycle or your swim, and we'll get more isolated into the stretches from next week on. Well done.